welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is VaneSSuh. We talk about lifestyle, nursing student. I'm a business manager by day, nursing student by night, single mom all around. Hope you like it here. Hope you stay. Make sure that you like and subscribe and leave a comment. I will reply back to you. But today is Tuesday. I'm getting ready to go to work. And after work, I have my Unit 1 test. So hey lovelies. So I just got done with clinicals, clinical simulation. So we don't have our clinical assignments yet, but we were doing clinical skills mixed with lab and checkoffs. And I mean, I passed. I got checked off. However, there's just some discrepancies in the teaching module in the school. Students aren't happy. And, you know, I totally agree. I see both sides to it, but I'm learning nursing is one of those where you have instructors, but it's looking like you got to teach yourself. And certain things need instruction, you know, so we're just having a little hiccups with that. You know, the class is a collective. We thoroughly agree. We're on the same page. It's, you know, kind of like the class versus the instructors right now. Oh, my hand is over, you know, my scrubs because I can't show my school. Per the policy, I cannot show my school until I graduate. So for those of you that have been asking me, and I'm not ignoring you, I can't publicize where I go, but if you PM me, I can tell you. But outside of that, it was just a lot today. It was a lot to go over. It was a lot to, you know, check off. One lab was very easy, like learning sterile processes and everything. It's, for the most part, it's easy. Keeping a sterile feel, like you know, you understand, you get why. But y'all, it's just a whole lot of where I get that from. If y'all know where I got that from, let me know. But it's a whole lot of, and we're on week 3. So this is the background of motherhood for real, because right now I am in class on Zoom live. I have to help my son with his homework because he needed help with, I think, 3 or 4 problems. One, because the way that the school Xerox the paper, he couldn't really see, and 2, he just needed a little help getting the concept. He had the first couple right, but the last couple kind of tripped him up. So I was helping him understand decimal placements and percentages. Overall, he did excellent. We got this concept down packed, and at the same time, I am listening to the RN and LPN scope of practice and what we can and can't do, and then delegate to CNAs, and incorporating all this while I'm teaching my son what to do in math class. So as you can see, sometimes it gets a little hectic behind the scenes, but we're always gonna push through. He is a priority to me, and he comes first even before school, so I have to make sure he is set and good to go. Overall, baby boy got this concept easily down packed, did not get discouraged. I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of myself for listening and teaching him at the same time. Hey, checking in. So, as you saw earlier today at work, I was doing my calendar. This is one of my calendars that I have on hand. This is for the entire semester. So this is from September to December 14th, 15th, around there. Everything including breaks, and I have to input my personal clinical days in here, and we have an OR day. So we're gonna I'll take some time off work from like an 8-hour OR day. I'm kind of excited about that. I want to see the operating room. I'm not squeamish. I may make a face, but I have to work on that. You know, thank God for masks, because if one thing that it is that I do is I talk with my face a lot. And it's one of those thank God we wear masks moments, because your girl might, and it's not on purpose. If I don't say it, my face is gonna say it. So I do have to know yourself, seek self-improvement. I do have to work on that, and I will be working on that. But the OR just seems kind of fast-paced, steady pace, something that I wouldn't mind doing. You know, patient recovery. I think I might like that. I'm still looking into, you know, as a nurse, where do I want to go? My end goal is definitely to own a med spa. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My heart isn't in bedside nursing, and nursing is multifaceted. So please don't ever feel restricted to, you know, you have to work in a hospital, you have to be in bedside. There's so many things you can do with nursing credentials, and you're not stuck in one box. So for me, having a med spa is definitely on my to-do list. I am working on it diligently. But this is one of those steps that I have to take to get there. But if I had to work in a hospital setting, it might be emergency room, ICUs. I love babies. It might be NICU too. But OR is not too shabby. I will give it that. It is not too shabby. It's something I definitely look forward to. So I'm kind of happy about that. That's not till October though, so we'll get there. But I start clinical Friday. Kind of ready for it. Kind of ready to get into it, you know, practice these skills, because we do the skills in lab, and you know, we do them on, we're not supposed to call them dummies, but our fake patients, you know, we do them on, and they actually talk back. I will give you that. The school has invested in these fake patients, and they talk back. They move their eyes. You can hear their heartbeats, lung sounds. You can hear bowel movements. You know, like, so it makes it more interactive, and I'm thankful for that. It's kind of weird, but I'm thankful for that. I just want to, you know, get that experience of just talking to a person. I may regret saying that later, but you know, it is what it is. But checking in, like I said, we finally got our calendar, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, transfer these into my handy dandy planner, which is somewhere around here, and finish up my pre-sim assignments where we have to create med cards. So we have 4 medications that we have to create med cards for. That's the last thing I have to do. As far as this week, to physically type something out and write, that is the last thing I have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out these med cards, and then I'm going to start on my prep use. So prep you is basically at the end of every chapter that we read, or module, depending on where you're looking at it, because there's like 80 different logins. It's your questions. it's your critical thinking, it is your pre-NCLEX. So prepping yourself for these questions, because you know we have a unit exam coming up next week, so this unit is a little bit longer. So on the 20th I have an exam. That'll be exam 3, and it'll be all about module 3. So taking those prep use, you know, practicing with the Picmonics, just going over a lot of information, because it was way more information this time around, but it was easier to digest. It's gonna be very helpful, so I'll let y'all view that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these med cards done. So this is our drug handbook and our lab diagnostic manual, because I have to go over labs that my SIM patient has. So I'm creating med cards for my SIM patient, and I'm reading about her before I even get her. So she has 4 medications, and I have to figure out what those medications do. I have to create a med card for them. So I'm going to show you my instructor, how she wanted them laid out. She wanted them by drug class, because she said that's easier to learn the classes and then each individual drug, because there's no way, unless you have photographic memory, you are going to know every last medication in this book. So I have to find a study system for that. We'll figure it out together. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to drop them. Please. All right, so these are what my med cards look like. Simple. My instructor only wanted the therapeutic and the pharmacologic classes, the generic brand, if any, what actions does it take, what is it used for, the adverse reactions, and nursing considerations. So that wasn't too bad considering how much stuff can be put on a med card. But baby steps, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna add a lot more in there. But that's it. I am done prepping for sim. Pre-sim is Wednesday. What's today? Monday? Yeah, pre-sim is Wednesday, and I have a lab to complete and check off on. Thursday, again, I have clinical, and Friday, I can breathe. So I have to start talking. I'm trying to start talking to you more when I'm at work. Sometimes it's just, I kind of just do the same thing. I'm on the computer, I'm answering emails, you know, I'm answering questions of a lesser caliber. I'll say that. But you know, I'm answering questions and getting out. Oh, I have to do that tomorrow too. Tomorrow I'm just prepping because we have basically an all hands. So the whole team, everybody on deck, not just the leadership team. We're gonna be in a big conference room. I'm presenting, so I'm gonna prep for that a little bit. I can show y'all little bits and pieces about that, but you know, I'm also thinking, and I know I'm crazy as hell right now, but that's probably because I'm tired. Because I'm not coming from a medical. Good morning. So this is the next day. My camera had cut off from what I was saying, but similar to what I was saying, or what I was trying to say yesterday, was that I'm kind of thinking about doing, and I know it's crazy because I call myself crazy because sometimes I be doing too much. But I'm thinking about getting, you know, a PRN job, something light, at least, because I have no medical background. So besides what we're doing in school, I have no other knowledge. I mean, so I figure it can be at least maybe, 1 week in a month, part-time, obviously, because, I have several things going on. And I don't want to, my biggest thing is I already don't have time. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if you don't have time, what are you doing? And now we're here. So I don't know. I'm just trying to get my storyline together. I'm just, whatever it is that I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to do it to get as much experience that I can get without, burning myself out before I even get into the medical field. But that's a whole different story. I just wanted to throw that out there. So, I mean, if, again, y'all who, like, honestly, if you have no kids, like, or you got as a dog or a boyfriend, like, and you can afford to just go to school, like, PRN, like, definitely PRN, to get that experience out there, especially if you don't have experience, because you're not going to learn some of these terms, like, and I call it, you got a code switch. Like, like, patient can't eat by mouth, that's a whole acronym, and it's not what you think it is. Like, you're gonna be looking at it like, what the hell is this? Because that's how I look at it. And it's new acronyms. Not saying that it's hard, but it's just new things that you have to learn to do. And it could just be if you don't know or have some sort of foundation to it, it's just you just gotta do a little bit more work. But a little bit more work ain't gonna kill nobody, but it's the principle of the matter. You just want to get in there, get your foot in the door, at least have some leeway into the job that you want, so it could be a little better. I lost all of my bliss sexes, and I'm kind of upset about that, but we're here. But I'm heading into work. Today was a lab day, which was pretty good. We did ambulation, we made it fun, And tomorrow I'll be in clinical. So I don't know how much footage y'all are gonna get from that because, clinical. But maybe on the way there, I'll talk to you guys. But overall, it's a pretty good day. I'm gonna get back to studying and always studying, doing some work. Hey, okay, so clearly I'm in my scrubs, I'm in uniform because today was the first day of clinical. It was clinical orientation, so we just got oriented to the floor. It wasn't bad. It was a very good experience. We had to do a head to toe assessment. And the patient that, I was with, she actually wanted, there's 10 of us in our rotation, and she actually wanted all 10 of us in the room because she's like, I miss home. She's like, I don't talk to people. She had a sitter, so she was very happy to have people in the room, and she was very talkative, like she was just so excited. And it was a good feeling. So our head to toe assessment was pretty decent. We didn't actually get to do hands-on with her. Our instructor actually did the head to toe, but we told her what we were supposed to do. And she asked, did I miss anything? Did we miss anything? When we went over it again, and it was pretty good. The hospital it's a smaller hospital. So there's a little bit of med surge. It's a little bit, definitely high risk fall patients there. There's one particular patient who's been there 2 years, and we're seeing how social work and mental health and nursing go together within this unit. So I feel like, this is a very good opportunity, and it's a very good learning curve. And I think, we'll have a great time on the floor. For the most part, I didn't see anything wrong. They didn't appear with any red flags. All the nurses were very welcoming. They were like ready to get us in there, like, like, hey, well, what haven't you done? What have you done? This patient needs this. And just see, there's techs on the floor, so we're with the techs, we're with the nurses, we're helping out where we can. And I like it because it's a smaller hospital and it's team work. Like there's no division. Everybody works together so we can get the job done. Like, if one person is having a hard time, there's someone there to help. Like, and I love that. Obviously, I know you're not going to get that everywhere, but as a student and a starter, that's what I love to see. That's what I want to model after. So tonight was pretty good for nursing orientation. I did not pick up my camera. I could have did a little bit of footage, but I'm gonna be respectful of others. So yeah, I'll try to get a little bit of footage or a little bit of, what it's orientation. So maybe next week when I actually get a patient, I'm not gonna tell you much about the patient, but I'll give you like, okay, I'm responsible, like what I did, what we're doing. I can do that without violating anybody's HIPAA. Right now, since I'm home and got out of clinical early, I have I did all my assignments. Now I want to get into my prep use to start practicing, because we have a test. We have a test Tuesday, and today is Thursday, and I want to start grilling myself on these questions. I really haven't studied this week because I've been completing, not gonna lie to you, it's a lot. I'm not gonna say busy work because you have to know how to do certain things, but busy work and assignments. And those assignments alone could take anywhere from 5 minutes to complete to 3 to 4 hours, because you have to look, like the other day I showed you the med cards. Like it's not hard, but it's a lot of information that you have to put on the card, that you have to know about it. It's certain things. We're not even in pharmacology yet. But with that being said, I do need to study because we have a Unit 3 test and we don't want to fail. Look, we're going to pass. Also, finally, dosage calc book came in. So I know I said in the last vlog that I thought we were having a test. Turns out we weren't having a test. That was our first class, but on our schedule, it actually said exam, so everybody was panicking like, but no. So I do want to get a little bit of prep in, because to remember conversions of dosage calculations, your girl a little rusty here, like, you know, pints, quarts, ounces, cups. Just tell me what I need and what am I measuring it in. Like, I'm not about to convert, like, conversions, no. So I definitely have to practice that. With that, I'm going to be using, obviously, this book, and where is it? My nursing school bundle. It definitely has, where are we at? So we're in fundamentals, so this is the chapter that I'm reading now to get, you know, used to it. We're definitely learning about lab values, so I'm looking at that. Head to toe assessment, we just learned that, so I will be looking at that. And also, I think dosage calculations, the cheat sheet, what to do, how to convert. And I think she also, yeah, she gave us some practice questions. Yay. So I'm gonna do some of those. What's on this? Oh, and she shows you the two formulas. So this is one, and this is for IV flow. It breaks it down. I highly encourage, well, for me, you don't have to buy this bundle, but this bundle was recommended and I got it. So if you see, it's by Nurse in the Making. Ow. It's by Nurse in the Making, so if you guys want that, check it out. For me, it's coming in handy. It's not bad. I know there's some flashcards out there. I forgot who makes them, but it's like a pharmacology kind of set, and there's a bundle to it. I saw it. I didn't really know how deep or how far I was going, so I didn't buy that set. But so far, even as an LPN in my scope of practice, this book is coming in handy, and I'm pretty sure when I go into RN, this will still come in handy. So this is my 2-for-1. So even if you're going straight into RN or if you're going into LPN, either way, this might help you. It might help you. So I do recommend that. What else do I have to do? I feel like I have to do so much. You're always gonna feel like you have something to do. You're forgetting to do something. It's a never-ending cycle. I'm here to tell you, what week am I in? I'm in week 4. Week 4. You'll get used to it, but at the same time, even tomorrow is Friday, and I have all my assignments complete, and all I have to do is just go on the computer and just, you know, practice, do some practice questions, do some NCLEX style questions, you know, for the Unit 3 test. And I'm still like, what's due at 11:59? You're always gonna have that feeling. Write it down, write everything down. Like, even if you think you're gonna remember it later, write it down. Like, as I told you personally, I write it down. I take this little book with me everywhere. This goes to work with me. So if I work, you see me with this little book 9 times out of 10, I'm doing some schoolwork while I work, because I completed my work and I just need a moment of silence. So this handy dandy book goes everywhere with me. Also, I told you I have a planner. This planner goes everywhere with me. Like, well, it doesn't, sometimes goes everywhere with me. It has all my assignments. You can't see the words because I write super duper small, but for the most part, all my assignments are in here. And then this is the old calendar. It's not the full calendar. This is the first one we got. I have a calendar on the front, and of course, my regular calendar with literally everything going on. So I have a calendar with me everywhere because I just feel like something is due. And we have to, something is due and I have to figure it out. So set reminders on my phone. Like, well, I'm recording on my phone, so when I get a little bit more bougier and I buy a camera, I could show you. Actually, well, you know what? I probably could show you on my laptop that's here. I plug it in my iCalendar. Like, my iCalendar is gonna look like a crazy mess to you guys right now. I don't know if you can see it, but everything is on there, from birthdays to what I have to do, days off, what time I need to be in class, if it's virtual, what am I doing? Like, if you see, it says it's redundant, it says the same thing, but when you click on it, it says the lab, what you're supposed to do, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, my calendar for September looks crazy. If you didn't know what was on it, you would think I'm a very, very, very busy person, which I am, but it's just the safe fail. Like, you know, it's the backup for the backup for the backup. If I don't have my book, I got my laptop. If I don't have my laptop, I got my iPad. You know, it's never ending, because that's just the feeling you're gonna get. Not to make y'all feel overwhelmed, but it's a real feeling. You know, there's never not anything to do in nursing school. So it's, trust me, even on breaks, and I know, like, we have a mini break coming up, and I know for a fact I'm probably gonna be sitting there like, shit, I got shit to do, and I don't. Like, you're always going to have that feeling, and that's perfectly normal. But, you know, outside of that, I have to complete an SBAR. Well, we start clinicals officially, I get assigned a patient next week, so I have to do an IPR, I have to do an SBAR. We're doing a patient prep sheet. What about the patient? Why is the patient here? You know, what does that mean for the patient? Like, you know, things like that. We have to get that done. We can do those during clinical. So in clinical, we have in clinical assignments, but they're basically workups to learn about the patient. And it's, I don't know if you guys, well, probably not, but the system that we're using is Epic. So Epic is gonna, basically the patient's medical chart, what's going on with the patient, you know, what's the patient been doing, everything's in there. We have to just figure out where we stand. Oh, by the way, wearing my goggles, not my glasses. I got compliments on them. They're nice, cheetah print. But anyway, sorry, brain fart. But anyway, that's what Epic is for, and our assignments are going to come for that. Obviously, we're not going to use HIPAA. We're not going to use the patient's name. You know, we're Jane Doe, John Doe, on this date, and this one was wrong. Simple as that. Those are the little clinical assignments that we have. We do have an OR day. I think I mentioned that. My OR day is all the way in October, which will be here any day now, but it's in October, and I get to witness some surgeries. So I don't think I could take y'all to that for obvious reasons, but we can use our imagination what that's about to look like. So that should be fun. Well, yeah, for me at least. What else is coming up? Whew. Oh, I did book, so in my city, they're doing like an Alice in Wonderland experience, and it's kind of like similar to, it's like basically it's several big escape rooms, and they're closing off like the street in a warehouse, and you go in there and you get to, they make it look like literally you're in Wonderland. Like, you're in Wonderland, here's the key, here's what she ate, you have to figure out how to get out and go to the next one, like the puzzles that she did in the garden. And I cannot wait to do that. I want to take my son, I'm a big child, I'm a child, so I'm going to take my child, and we're going to be children. I'm also going to drag my niece along, and more than likely my best friend is coming too. One of my best friends. So we're gonna have a good time. If you can find that experience, literally it costs $40. Children are free, and the minimum adults has to be 2 to 6 adults, and then children are free. So children aren't included in that count, but they say for a greater experience, try not to have more than 4 children per group with the adults for $40. And the hours are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for $40. What escape room you know that's doing that? Take my money. We're going. We probably have to, that we got to do Fright Fest because my son loves roller coasters now, finally. So we're probably gonna do Fright Fest. I do want to do a haunted hayride because we didn't get to do one last year. So my October already, I'm talking about all these things, and they're probably gonna be like every weekend we're gonna do one thing. Yeah, yep, every weekend we're gonna do one thing. So let's look at that right now. What does that look like? October 1st is on a Saturday, so 5. There's 5 Saturdays. So I have to plan 5 things for the month to get out and go do in October on Saturdays. So I was gonna enroll my son in basketball, but I think I'm late on the enrollment for fall. But I definitely want to put him in winter just so he has stuff to do. But it was hard because I wanted to put him in a sport, but at the same time I didn't have my clinical rotation. So as I told y'all before, my clinical rotation could be from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So I had 4 days to play with, and of course, more than likely, his basketball game and practices are going to be more than likely on Saturdays. And I didn't know if I had to do 12 hours on Saturdays or what time, you know, I didn't know. So I didn't commit to it. But now that I'm in rotation, I'm like, okay. Why did sorry. I don't know why I did that. But now that I'm in rotation, we should be great. We should be good. I'm gonna still see if I can sign them up. If not, no harm, no foul. Every weekend we're just gonna be doing something just to get that, you know, family day, family time out there. And you know, you do need a break. You have to give yourself a break. You know, even if that break is with family, you have to give yourself a mental break, because I've been putting off studying, and not because like I didn't want to study, but because I had, guys, like, I have a Venn diagram that was due, and it wasn't even like 2-point, it was a 3-point Venn diagram. I have to do tickets to lab, and in those tickets you have to detail like what skill you're doing, what are the steps for the skills, what materials do you need, what's the outcome of the skill. Like, you really have to be very detailed in these. You can't just 1, 2, 3 them. Then we have pre-sim prep work. So I had to read about the patient, know about the patient. I have to fill out, there's a form. And there, I think I showed y'all the form and then the med cards of what I had to do with that one patient. And then I had to do an IPR, and it had to be 3 pages long with explanations and showing what therapeutic communication was used. Then, you know, I have to read my modules. I have to take notes on those throughout the whole thing. And I think I had 5 modules. And each chapter is maybe 20, 30, 40 pages long, and you have to remove the meat and the potatoes of them. It's so much work. I mean, the reading I can get behind only because those exemplars are going to save you every time. Because yes, the whole chapter is important, but if you want to get to the meat and potatoes of what's going to be on this test, what you need to know, period, baseline, the exemplars. They're gonna hit it every time, and that's what I have to go through, you know. And I hit the exemplars first to get all my notes, what I need to know, and then I would go back and just skim the chapter, you know, bullet point. Okay, this seems important too, because, you know, read the little rationales at the end to make sure I get the concept, and then I would start my prep use, my Picmonics, take my time, you know, just getting everything out there. So I have to study. Alright, so I had to rewrite my dosage calc notes. This is just quick in class, like just jotting down notes. And I know for me, obviously I wrote them so I know what they're saying, but also I wanted to go back and go in depth. So compared to what I wrote in class versus what I have here, and here, I went more in depth because I know dosage calc, like, unless we talking about money, my math is off. So, yeah, this was a good refresher, important things that I needed. I wrote down, like, in class, important things I need to go over and look over. For my notes, I use, like, just the book explained it one way, the PowerPoint explained it another way, and my actual math book explained it a totally different way. But all three ways, nonetheless, were good. I'm pretty sure if I go on YouTube, somebody's gonna explain it another way. But actually going through and writing down the steps, what I need to do, an easy way to remember, that was pretty good. It's pretty good. So I finally finished my notes for my math. I printed out a dosage calc. This is from my teacher. It's a practice sheet to do, so I'm gonna save this for later, probably at work. I'll do this at work. I just wanted to rewrite those notes. I do still have to study for my exam on Tuesday. So I think all my notes should be good. My binder's up to date. I probably have yeah, all I have to do are my prep view questions, study some chapters, do some refreshers, so I'll get into that. I'm gonna be honest, I purposely, I was supposed to be studying right now, which I am, I'm still doing schoolwork, but I don't know, like the last few days, I've been putting off actually reading this book because it's just so much to read. Granted, like we can skim through, but I just have been evading reading, and you're gonna have those moments too. But as you see, I decided to just change the scenery. So I would usually be in my office. Right now I'm taking over my dining room, and I'm just like, I got my windows open where I can see the outside, the front porch, you know, everything is just a little bit more different, just so I can encourage myself to like, hey, let's study, you know. And you saw me before looking around because I don't know what that sound was outside was going on, but somebody's not mowing their lawn, so give or take. But it's good to like change your environment to help you study. So that's what I'm doing. But I don't have an excuse anymore because I was like, oh, you know, before I study, I gotta take notes or I gotta do this. And I'm like, because, you know, reading has been on my back burner, but now it's here. I did everything, so I'll be doing a little bit of that. And then that's it. I'm going to take a break. Remember to take breaks in between. So I'm gonna, it's like 12 now. So I'm going to walk around the house As you can see, I have my tea here. I got some ginger ale. I got water. I got snacks over here. You can't really see it. I got my snacks. My candle's burning. Like, I'm setting the mood for myself to come back and study. So right now it's break time because I just finished. I'm gonna go, I don't know, do something. I'm gonna walk my dog. We're gonna go for a walk outside, get some fresh air, come back and rezone in. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm gonna try to get it up by Monday. Monday is usually the day that it's the day before the test, so I'm normally just relaxing, just chilling, trying to breathe through it. No need to overstress myself, so I'm just going to relax tomorrow and get this vlog up for you guys. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I love talking to everyone. I answer literally everyone's comments. Those who have commented can tell you I answer you. I don't only like, even if it's a simple thank you, I'm going to respond to you. Follow me on any of my socials. Again, I'm interactive. I'm not gonna lie, I really haven't been on Instagram that much, only because your girl gotta study. Like, social media has not seen me for some time now. I was like, but I'm gonna try to get back into it. But anywho, I will talk to you guys later on in the week, and I'll give you more footage of clinical. We should be a little bit more in depth, so what I can share, I will share. And let me know your thoughts, your comments, what you want to know. Just write them down there and I will respond to y'all. Talk to you guys later.